Hi everybody, welcome back to Critical Mass, and we just watched The Mandalorian, Season 2, Episode 6, The Tragedy. Did we like it? Did we hate it? So far, we're 1 for 5, but the 1 was last time. So we're going to take this one more step forward and see if it's still bringing us back, or do we want to stop watching The Mandalorian? Alright, 1 to 4, not big fans.
No?
Couple fun things here and there, but not big fans. Episode 5, big fans. Episode 6, what do you think?
I liked it. It was not flawless, but I enjoyed it. I had fun with it.
Okay, there was a lot of action in this one. Hand-to-hand combat and shooting more than any other kind of action. There was no big set pieces, no TIE fighter fights, no nothing like that.
So here's the problem with this episode, is that there's so many spoilers in this episode, you can't talk about the episode without spoiling
So
it.
we're going to spoil it. Go ahead.
Everything?
Yeah, it's played already.
Okay, yeah, because all the videos are going to come out on
there's
Friday.
probably a billion out there already.
Okay. So in this episode, the Mandalorian is taking the child to the planet where he has to go up on top of the mountain, and the child has to reach out with the Force. And
the magic rock.
yeah, on the
Has to go on the magic rock.
little temple area. And so he brings Grogu there, puts him on the rock, and unfortunately he's interrupted by some another ship that comes down.
Yep.
And he gets worried. He goes down, and it's a guy that's demanding armor that he got from the Marshal back on Tatooine.
Yeah, Boba Fett's armor.
Yeah. And for good reason, because it's Boba Fett.
And we did see them in episode 1 at the very end. That was the teaser for the end of episode 1. So he comes back, he wants his armor back. He also has brought the sharpshooter. I forget the character's name. But Fennec, that he arrested at one point and thought was dead. So Boba Fett saves her, and now she's on his side to pay off sort of a debt.
Yeah, Boba Fett shows up, and he's wearing these like monkish robes, and he has a staff, and it's very.
Speaking of staff, this is a different Boba Fett, and this is a different action scene than you've seen in all the Mandalorians, because this one was brutal. When he attacks the stormtroopers, there are parts of the armor flying off, and this wasn't just like fluff. Pew, pew, oh, the guy goes, oh, and I'm dead. He was ripping off parts of the guy's heads with this. It was...
Yeah, shards of mask were going everywhere, and you know that the staff went right into the guy's flesh.
Yeah, it's a point like this on one end of it, and and he was stabbing people left and right, too.
So he's doing lots of like this monkish East Asian martial arty stuff, and it was really cool. Really cool.
Martial arty stuff.
But it wasn't just the typical, what that mean queen was doing in the last episode when she's fighting Ahsoka. Just beep.
Yeah.
Beep,
oh no,
beep.
this was
No, this was.
This wasn't graceful. It was forceful.
Yeah, it was really cool. Like to watch that.
Yeah. Now they start talking. He wants his armor back. They're talking about it, and in the agreement, he says, "If I get my armor, we'll help you. We'll keep the kid. We'll protect the kid." And just as they say that, a ship arrives. It's a troop transport and starts unloading dozens of stormtroopers, and that's where the fight begins. The Mandalorian runs up to try and take the kid, but he's surrounded by a force field.
No!
And he's meditating, and he can't break him. And he tries 3 times. The first time he gets pushed back. The second time he gets pushed back so far he knocks him out while everyone else is fighting. He wakes up from being unconscious and goes back and does it again.
If at first.
If at first you don't succeed, try again. And so finally he gives up. He goes back into the fight. He starts fighting. Boba Fett puts his armor on.
Okay, this is where I had a problem.
Okay.
Because there were lots of stormtroopers.
Yeah.
And big firefight. There's only 3 of our heroes going up against 24 stormtroopers. And the stormtroopers are just running out like lemmings. Hey, shoot me. And they're shooting. I don't know where they're shooting because they're not getting anywhere near the heroes. And if their cover has been blown and they have to move towards the stormtroopers to try to get them, they don't hide. They don't creep there around boulders and stuff. No. They just run out in the open along the edge as the stormtroopers are shooting at them. But it's okay because the stormtroopers can't hit anything.
The best is the machine gun laser. The sharpshooter's cornered up in this corner, and she's picking people off, and all of a sudden she looks, and there's this machine Gatling gun type thing aiming at her. So she starts to run along the top of this cliff edge, and the machine gun's going like this, and here she is running, and here's the laser, all behind her the whole time. I said, lead your target.
Oh, but the best is she hides behind this rock, and they shoot a boulder, and they shoot this rocket that dislodges the boulder a little bit, and so she goes, oh, I have an idea. So she pushes the rock, and it goes down, runs over a couple of stormtroopers. Okay, that was cool. Yeah. But coincidentally, the Gatling gun is set up right in the path of the boulder, and so it runs over the Gatling gun, and okay, everything is safe now.
But come on, I like that stormtrooper. He wasn't giving up. He was still shooting at that boulder, because somehow the lasers were going to stop this giant boulder from crushing.
And in this big firefight, multiple times, they're surrounded by, 20 guys, and pew, 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 pew. They take out all the stormtroopers. The stormtroopers could have demolished them 40,000 times, but no.
But they're stormtroopers. They're stormtroopers. they're known for their targeting aim. But yeah, every time they'd run out from a rock, it's never like this. It's always like pew.
Now, it was still fun.
It was still a fun episode.
But that was frustrating.
Yeah.
Make it a little bit realistic.
Yeah, somewhat. However, there was a twist in this that really caught me off guard. Mando loses his ship. The ship gets blown up.
Well, at first you just have the ship down there, and then suddenly the first stormtrooper ship lands.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, well, wait a second. As they're landing, why didn't they just destroy the hero ships? But they didn't, and they land. And then another ship comes, and it doesn't destroy the ships or help out in the fight, so it just lands. But then when they leave, there's a really funny part. We won't spoil that part for you, but that's a really funny part. But the bad guy is here. Moff Gideon is here.
Yeah.
And he sends some guys to go after the child.
The Dark Troopers.
So you probably remember 2 episodes ago, I believe.
Yep.
When they were sieging this Imperial base on Tatooine, and was it, or Navarro? Tatooine. And they had to go in, and they saw these dark troopers lining the walls. Well, Moff Gideon has these dark troopers, and he sends 4 of them after the child.
And they capture him and bring him back to the ship. Great. However, that ship being destroyed was a game changer in my, I'm not going to... How are they going to put that one back together this time?
Call the mechanic lady.
Call that mechanic lady.
Yeah, so the Razor Crest is gone.
Yeah.
The only ship they have now is Boba Fett's ship.
Yep.
But he has already said, listen, if I get my armor back, we'll ensure the safety of the child. So we're with you until we get the child back.
Yeah. And the last thing we see is we've gone back and we met the Marshal back again. Not the one from the first episode.
Gina
Carrera's character. She's gone legit now. And she's joined the Alliance, right? Basically. Mm-hmm. Because they did say the Empire is back now when they saw the cruiser up in the sky. So he has him look up this character from an old episode
from season 1.
Bill Burr. Mr. Bill Burr.
That was one of my favorite episodes from season 1.
Yeah, and I like Bill Burr, so I'm looking forward to him coming back, but they're going to break him out of wherever he's being held. It's not a prison, it's like a workplace. And they're going to go and break him out. And that's upcoming. So they're gathering their team together, but there's only 2 more episodes. So, the Marshal will probably show up at some point from the first episode. You have Boba Fett now. You have Fennec. You have the 2 normal characters, Carrera. And then you're also going to have Bill Burr's character.
And possibly Ahsoka.
Now, are they going to end the season on them going after the kid?
Well, they have to.
Or are they
get the kid back?
Or are they going to get the kid in the last episode?
Only 2 episodes.
Yeah, I know, eh? It's like when you're watching that hour-long TV show and you're really into it and you're, oh yeah, this is great. And then you look at your clock, there's only 5 minutes left. They're not going to finish the episode, and there's a cliffhanger till next season. I'm wondering if that's going to be the cliffhanger.
Well, that's a long time to wait.
Yeah, but in the meantime, we have all that great content from Disney Plus that they keep bringing on. Yeah, no, there's nothing but The Mandalorian right now. There's nothing. And I'll be disappointed if that's how they end it, because I want an end to this season, but I have a feeling it's going to be the team getting together. Let's get the kid. And that's how they're going to end the season. That's small prediction there. And it'll be frustrating.
Why'd you have to bring me down?
But on the bright side, we like the episode.
I like this episode. Yes.
So there. First 4 bad so far. First 2 of the second part good. Mm-hmm. So they drew us back in so much that I went out and got a Funko Pop of the Mandalorian. So good job, Dave Filoni. Good job, Favreau. I wanted to have a Ferrero Rocher, so it was on my mind. Christmas season and all that, but. Let's see if they wrap up this season. Let's see how next season ends. If they just break out next week's episode, if they just break out Bill Burr, there's no way they're rescuing Baby Yoda on the last episode. So, yeah, another year to wait. Oh my goodness. Well, let us know what you guys think of the episode down below. Was this one of your favorites? Did you like the first part of the season better than the last? And how do you think it's going to end? How do you think this season is going to end? On a big cliffhanger like we're getting ready to go after the kid? Or are they going to resolve it? I think it's a cliffhanger.